son. Nothing else in the world smells like that. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
All right, guys.
Whoa.
We are back.
Is this 2 in a month?
No.
No, it's not. No. It's November now.
Hey, everyone. I want to welcome everyone to the Raw H2O, baby.
There you go.
Podcast.
Nailed it.
I nailed it.
Nailed it. You've been practicing.
I have.
Nice.
Eric, it's good to see you.
Likewise, sir. Congrats on the radio job.
Thank you.
Hosting
the weekly Fisherman
Report.
Show
There you go.
with sponsored
Eric
by
Brandon.
Nautical Ventures with Eric Brandon. Yeah,
good guy.
Eric's a really good guy. I was on the show Saturday.
Now, was that your first time co-hosting?
Well, that was.
I know you've done it in the past as like a guest.
Yeah, I came in as like a filler when Steve was sick or something. But that was my first time, really coming on the show as a co-host and just kind of being thrown in the fire. And
so that's every Saturday morning?
Yeah.
On where can people see this?
So they can go to like my Facebook because I'll be sharing it. So
we know you love to share things.
Oh, I do, baby. So just go to my Facebook, Joe Hector, or you can go to Extreme Kayak Fishing Inc. And it'll be on those platforms. And
what about here locally? Can you listen to it on the radio?
Yes, it's also on iHeartRadio, 9:40
a.m.
Yes.
At 6 a.m.? Is it?
Yeah, 6. It's at 6 a.m.
Got it.
And I'm just going to pull it up here just so we have all the information for everyone if they want to listen and tune in to Eric and I doing our shenanigans in the morning.
You got a thing about talking with Eric's, huh?
I do. I love talking with Eric's.
Yeah,
we're
fucking amazing.
Are just not good at Calcuttas. It's truly amazing. Zing.
I am good at them, just not good at signing up.
Hold on, wait. Let me pull it up here. Okay, yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's on. Let me just scroll here because I'm on Facebook looking at it.
Yeah, take your time, man. Nobody's sitting watching. Waiting for us to talk about anything.
I know. A lot has happened, as we always say.
Has this year gone by fast for you?
Are you kidding me? With the baby, with the tournaments, with COVID-19 trying to shut me down, with all this crap, it's gone very fast.
Yeah, it's flown by.
Now,
it's almost Christmas.
I got an interesting message from somebody. Now, let me just back up.
Oh yeah, please do.
So, as everyone knows, we've been going through the elections and all this political stuff.
Right.
And I've never posted like really political stuff until this election, and I just
till this election.
Yeah, and not on my business or anything, but on my personal page.
Sure.
And a lot of people can say that's not a good idea. You should just keep it. But again, it's not on my business. It's not on the other Joe Hector business. It's just on my personal page.
Sure.
But I still think it's important for people to voice their opinions on stuff. And I got a message from, I'm not going to, say names, but, the guy was like literally being a douche and saying, first of all, he was a total liberal. Yeah. So he was offended already by just everything.
By life
itself.
Yeah.
And, just saying nasty stuff. And I think that is what has kind of morphed me from a true conservative to a guy that, because I'm not a Trump guy. Everyone actually kind of has this false sense that I'm like this Trump guy, but I'm actually not.
Where would they have got that false sense from?
Well, lately,
yeah, I wonder.
I know.
Where would that have come from?
But that's the thing is, and I think this is where it gets lost. A lot of true conservatives like myself who voted for Obama, who didn't like Bush, has morphed because of what's happening with the media and with I just have to say the Democrats and what's been going on and Facebook and Twitter and blocking people and seeing the big picture here, because I'm not a genius, but I'm also not an idiot, and I see what's actually going on here. And I just have to say, and then we'll get out of the politics, but I just have to say,
let's talk about it.
Well, I just have to say that this is why a lot of these true conservatives like myself, who actually don't want government, don't want big government, have kind of morphed into someone who is sticking up for Trump and actually is rooting for him because of the stuff that's happening and having.
But is it more rooting for him or rooting against the Democrats?
I think it's a mixture of both.
No.
I truly do, because I listen, Trump's no angel. I'm from New Jersey. Listen, I know the stuff he's done. You all right? Dropping stuff?
We dropped the...
You get all flustered, like with your arms? You're wailing your arms? Jesus.
Things are falling.
Like a Democrat. No, but
I'll have you know, sir, I voted third party.
I know you did. We're going to get into that.
I'm sick of playing this game.
We're going to get into that because I like your view on this. But listen, guys, you could skip this whole first part of the show. Then we're actually coming out with the Sailfish Smackdown dates for 2021.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, right after this. So you could skip it if you want. But
don't.
Yeah, I just seeing everything that's going on, I can't anymore. I can't sit there and see this stuff and just zip it. I can't do it anymore. It's so in your face now.
So that's the problem. Is I don't think it is in your face. I think what's in our face is what they want.
Well, I'm getting messages.
I think
now.
What's in our face is what they want to be in our face. I don't think any of us.
They, as in whom?
The people running all this shit that we don't know about.
You're talking about the deep state.
Call it whatever you will.
Do you believe in the deep state?
I think there's something controlling everything.
There has to be.
That
you can call it what you want,
right? And I don't think we'll ever be informed until we tear it all down. And that's a big reason I vote for third party. Is we needed 5% of the votes this election to unlock a lot of funding for them for the next election.
Right.
And we only got
you'll never get.
We only got like 1.5%.
No, you'll never get the funding.
And I kept hearing all these people, you're wasting your vote, you're taking vote away from my candidate, and that's the same thing you say every 4 years. It's like, if not now, when? Like, you're just going to say it again in 4 years.
Because
whoever it is. And then we fall into this cycle of two shitty old men that we get as choices.
Hey, I think we agree on a lot of stuff, except maybe this part of it is that I feel that I call it the Trump factor, okay? And I feel like what he did, so when he won, all right, let's go back to 2016.
Okay.
So he wins, right?
Sure.
And in a way, he was kind of a third-party candidate, right? I mean, he wasn't the normal senator that, we see every year. It's your turn, Joe. It's your turn, Nancy. Like, people that have been in government for 40-plus years, older than us, or that we've been even alive.
Right.
They've been in government, right?
Right.
So you got a guy who is running as a Republican, but he's not. No. He's a conservative, and because he's voted both. And
he used to donate a lot to the Democrats.
That's what I'm saying.
And so I don't.
He hated Bush too.
I don't think he is a conservative. I don't think.
Well, what do you call that? Because he's donated to both parties.
In the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, has he?
Yeah.
I think he's donating to whoever he thinks he's going to benefit from them.
Of course. Well, isn't that
just
all?
Just like anybody else. Yeah. Just like anybody else.
I thought Obama would benefit me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
That's just. Normal.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was part of the Democrats' plan to keep him in office somehow. And knew that his easiest route was to go through the Republican Party.
Oh my God! Yeah, but I'm saying that I feel like so in 2016 when he arrived, and went through the process and did what he did, and it was so new, and he was using social media as a platform that was never really used before for a candidate, and he won, right? Yeah. And he wasn't part of that government club, right? So he had Republicans that hated him, he had Democrats that despised him. But what I feel like he did...
Except for when he was giving them money 4 years prior.
Of course. Well, money, Yeah. But I think that what he did was, and that's why I'm trying to get to why this election was so important. I honestly think he morphed the Democrats into a fucking monster, dude. Look, the Democrats were Gizmo, right? Yeah. They were a mugwai, okay? And then after midnight, it's like Trump poured water on them, and they've become a fucking gremlin, dude. For those of you who aren't watching, I'm actually picking them up and showing this as view cards.
He's got toys here.
I got toys. But he's turned the Democrats into
so I don't think he did
monster.
I don't think he did that because they were already monsters. We saw that with what they did with Bernie Sanders.
Of course, they rigged the election, right?
And did you? Right? I specifically remember seeing him in the crowd after he dropped out, and it was like the day after he dropped
Who?
out.
Seeing
Bernie
okay.
Sanders. He was in the crowd for some sort of event, political event,
Right.
and
they did it twice, to him. They did it this time too.
Right. But last time was so much more severe because he had just gained all that following.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And like I just remember panning over to him and saying he dropped out, and like his face was just like he was just told he's gonna get suicided unless he drops out.
Sure.
And like it just.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean,
but that's my point is it's not just them doing it; it's the other side. Republicans are just better at hiding it.
yeah, no, I agree. They're both corrupt. Like
Well,
our
the whole
system.
thing.
Listen, we both agree on this. The system's broken.
It's fucked up.
This election showed us, it's clear in our face that there's voter fraud. Listen, the reason why they wanted mail-in ballots and they were pushing mail-in voting because it's easy to fucking cheat. Okay? I mean, let's be real here. It wasn't COVID-19. They weren't saving lives. Okay? It was so they could cheat. Okay? And that's the truth. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, I don't care. If you don't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. But again, I'm done with the politics, but I just want to say that the second biggest thing is just the media. The media is in my view,
It's all about
the
money.
enemy.
It's all about money. It
of the
doesn't
country.
matter. It doesn't matter what outlet it is. It doesn't matter. Everyone's driven
It's
by
bad.
money,
The media's
and
scary, dude.
they're gonna do whatever gets them viewership. That's how they make their money.
But it's to a point where if the media says that you're a rapist, Eric, then you're a rapist. You don't have to go to court. You don't have to be put in our
get that.
system.
I get that it's
they
a problem.
can ruin your life.
I get that it's a problem, but if you're gonna talk about problems, you got to talk about solutions. You can't just be a problem finder.
I don't think there is a solution at this point.
Well, just quit watching it.
What's
then.
the solution?
Just quit watching it. Ignore it.
You can't ignore it.
Fuck yeah, you can.
It's hard, man, because once it starts affecting your
Just
life,
realize that any of us have enough information to make an educated.
of course.
So you might as well just say fuck it. Go fishing instead. Buy a boat.
No, not buy a boat.
Or a kayak. Buy a kayak. Buy everything.
I would like to buy a boat and go back to that, but since gas will now go up to who knows, $10.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
We'll just graph it next to what it was under Obama.
No.
8 to 10. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure someone will leave a comment telling me exactly what that was in a
whatever.
weird tone. But hey, guys, so let's get to fishing.
Okay.
All right. I think it's enough politics for now.
I haven't been fishing in a while.
Well, it's wintertime, South Florida. We got the winds. We just had this monster storm.
It's out of control.
How was that storm for you?
No,
It was like a hurricane, man.
Yeah, I mean.
Did your power go out?
No, Rachel's did though.
A lot of people's. Mine did a little bit.
Oh yeah, and y'all are right
Since
over
we're
there by
neighbors,
us.
yeah. So she probably had the same thing as me.
Hers flickered a couple times and went out. It sounds like it went out for a couple hours, but
Oh, a couple hours?
you know what? I wasn't really paying attention when she
She's
was
gonna
talking
hate
about
me.
it.
So I know, but she's gonna hate me. So I have to say, I hope she doesn't hear this. But
Uh-oh.
so that night, I walked out and I'm looking up and it had to be by her house or something because there was a huge palm and I was seeing like the sparks and the tree was hitting the
Oh, great.
the wire. And Maria's like, you need to call FBL because that's gonna put somebody's power out. And I'm
That's
like,
what happened to mine.
so I called FBL. I tried to be the good guy, and then I'm on the phone for 10 minutes, and I'm like, fuck it. And I hung up, and
Yeah, they're the worst.
your girl lost her
Dude,
power.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, she got it back. She's good. But I went through this whole thing with FPL and L, and
God, they're annoying.
I can't say the name of the electrician I called out because they finally emailed me last week to like settle on my dispute.
What?
Yeah, so
You had a whole dispute?
this company, I called them out because I called FBNL first. They said, "Oh, we're reading fine. We can't send anybody out right now."
Right.
But like my power is just on off, like just flickering for no reason, right?
Okay.
And so I call out this company. They come diagnose it. He sells me like $4,200 worth of shit. Replacing
Scammed
the
you.
outside box, yada 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 yada. And then at the end of it, my power was doing the same thing. And come to find out, a tree had pulled the wire away from the pole out by the lines. It had nothing to do with anything on my house. So
Wow.
yeah,
He scammed
I
you,
made a
man.
complaint. I made a Better Business Bureau complaint. Yada yada. I told them, look, I'd settle for 50% out of court. Otherwise, I'm taking you to court.
Right.
Never heard back from them, and I haven't done anything with it because the courts were closed for like 4 months, 5 months because of COVID.
Right.
And now it's been a year later. I've kind of forgotten about it. I get an email saying, "Oh, we're gonna refund you X amount." And
They refund you?
not yet. I should get it this week though.
You think they're going to?
So I'm pretty pumped about that because it's the amount they're refunding me is the exact amount of my deductible for an insurance claim I have on the house right now. Whole situation with the house.
Okay.
Looks like my foundation's leaning and.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I bought a boat.
There you go.
No, but yeah, I gotta actually figure that out because
It's a good idea. All right.
I'm waiting to hear back.
Let's get to the date.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So, the Sailfish Smackdown in 2021, hopefully, as long as this COVID stuff finally goes away.
Let's do it anyways. Fuck
Yes,
COVID.
fuck it. Is going to be January 9th and 10th, 2021. All right, guys. So, the moon looks good, and it's been... it's been a little longer than normal to get this date. We want to make sure when it comes to dates, there's a lot of factors that go into it, and we want to make sure that
Moon's in the right phase.
yeah, safety issues with other boat tournaments, the city. There's a lot that goes into just getting a date,
Right.
and that's why we've taken a little longer than normal because of COVID and because of all the stuff being pushed back. People got to understand there are so many other events that have been pushed
Yeah.
and
Or canceled.
But,
I saw
you
when
know.
I was working at Fort Lauderdale Boat Show last week. I saw they canceled Miami Boat Show.
Oh, they did.
So from what I understand, which if anybody's looking into it, they can check. The boat
Right.
show part's canceled, but the yacht show's still on. I guess it's two different agencies running those.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay, that's interesting.
So fun fact.
Yeah. So again, with the elections and everything, I don't know what's going to happen with this COVID stuff. I don't know if it's just going to disappear. I don't know if it's going to get worse with policies and all that. But as of right now, we're gonna hone in on it, and it's go time for the Sailfish tournament. And
Go time.
that tournament has literally become, I would say, probably the favorite among a lot of anglers now.
Well, especially
out of towners.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The
way it's evolved through the years.
Well, and it's I'd say the highest level kayak tournament, like of badassery.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be a badass, you got to catch a bill of fish from a kayak.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's the tournament itself is looked up to by a lot of anglers.
Sure.
By
By a lot of anglers. By a lot of anglers.
Yeah, words are tough.
Eric's drunk. It's 8 a.m.
I wish I was drunk. Actually, I don't. 'Cause
Again,
then tomorrow
he bought a
would
boat.
Suck. Yeah, right. I bought a boat. I'm allowed to drink rum whenever I want now.
He's a pirate. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, the Sailfish Smackdown has definitely through the years have morphed into this powerhouse, and I mean, last year truly was, I think, like the pinnacle of what it has become, and I mean, it was last year.
23 cut. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
So we need to hit
22,
we need to hit 2
23.
dozen.
Yeah, I
this
mean,
year.
and that was in one day.
Uno.
That was
day.
one
Yeah,
day,
it's true.
Eric.
It's true.
That's how epic that was. And then the winner, Rob Rodriguez, who won the series, got 4.
Yeah.
And people got to remember, and this is another element that a lot of people liked, is for the ring at the end of the year, we've added these points.
I don't like it.
And now it's part, in a way, of the SummerSlam series.
It's ludicrous.
I know. Well,
It needs to be 2 separate series.
we had that, sir, and it didn't work.
It didn't work that year.
It didn't work.
That year.
Yeah, but to put on an event, it's a lot.
it's your
Money-wise,
job,
time-wise,
Joe.
sponsor-wise. No, but I'm saying if it doesn't work that first year and then the sponsors are like, well, it didn't work that first year, you got no choice. But I got to do what I'm... People may think I'm in charge, but not really.
I know who's really in charge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think, though, with the Sailfish Smackdown, with the one coming up, I got a good feeling about it because we're starting, I feel like, year to year to kind of hone in on the moon phase, the right moon, the right time, the right, we're kind of, I'm trying to find the right word.
No.
It's literally morphing into something where I kind of know now what's
dialed in.
It's getting dialed in. That's the word.
There
Where we it's a 2-day tournament, but it really hasn't been a 2-day tournament since
But that's what
3
you have 2
years
days,
ago. But the thing is, it's a 2-day tournament, but it's really not. It's 2 days
If
just
you
in
can.
just in case. And that has really worked in our favor when we made that decision to make it 2 days, because it saved us every year, because we get so many out-of-towners for it. And, you know, SA company with they become a main sponsor. I mean, they were outstanding.
They got a sweet design for Sailfish.
Oh, yeah. We're already working on it. And they were outstanding in the last Sailfish Smackdown.
Yeah, I still wear that shirt. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the shirts and the apparel that were outstanding. Their help boats that they supplied. I mean, the work that these guys put in were phenomenal. I mean, it was literally all day that these guys were going and documenting sailfish, one after the other. And you got to remember, you know, these guys are out front. It's like a needle in a haystack. So for these guys to hit it.
Oh, I was on the boat with them.
Yeah, you know. I was on the other boat. Yeah. I mean, to hit it every time was just a testament to the captains that they provided us for that tournament. So, again, we're honing in on it. We got great captains now. Our sponsors are solid, and you know, obviously, we still got a lot of that to go through for 2021 with sponsorships and all that. We're deep in it right now, trying to get more sponsors and try to grow this thing to where eventually, which was always something that I predicted, it being bigger than the Summer Slam. The Summer Slam was always going to be more of like a fun party type tournament series, right? Yeah. And then the Sailfish was the serious, big money, you know, sexy billfish winner tournament. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes, and we'll just keep plugging away with it.
Did you just call Rob sexy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to clarify.
Right, of course. Oh. Well, catching 4 sailfish is pretty.
That's pretty fucking sexy.
That's pretty sexy, right?
Yeah. From a kayak.
I mean, it's not quite your mustache, but it's.
Not everyone can be that sexy.
Well, no.
I used to refer to it as a sex stash.
Do you train that to be that way, or does it now just grow that way?
It grows that way a little bit, but I have to brush it every day, multiple times a day. You've seen my little comb.
Yes.
And I've got to wax it a few times a day as well.
A few times a day?
A few times a day.
Really?
Yeah, I used to have a wax that would hold all day.
Right.
But it had some dye in it to make it look darker, like my hair.
Wait a second.
Yes.
So, in this conversation, you've talked about dyeing it, waxing it.
Well, the dye was in the wax. It was just a brown wax.
Okay.
That held great all day.
Right.
Wax it once.
Okay.
One and done.
Yeah.
But when I kiss my lady friend, she would end up with some above her upper lip.
Oh.
Yeah, and she wasn't a fan of that.
Like the color?
Yeah, it would wipe off on her.
That's weird.
Yeah, and so I switched to a different wax that doesn't have coloring in it, and it doesn't quite hold as well.
Did you tell her the first time you kissed her and it was all over her mouth?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have told.
I wanted to be nice.
I would just see like how it went.
Yeah.
And, like,
see when she noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cute. And we moved, by the way.
Y'all did move. Congratulations on the house.
Thank you.
4 or 5 blocks down from my lady.
Yeah, we moved right by your girl. We're a resident of Deerfield Beach now instead of Pompano.
Yeah.
I love Deerfield. Yeah, I think it's an upcoming little city.
Like I said, all the dispensaries are there. They're going to make millions in tax revenue. They already are.
Deerfield's great. I love it. The future's bright there. Yeah. Definitely. The neighborhoods are clean. They're nice.
Yeah.
I like it, and it's funny because it's so. You see how it is, like it's so close, like where you have like, you know, a bad neighborhood.
Oh, that's all South Florida.
Yeah, and then like next to
it,
2
streets over. It's
so
nice.
weird, isn't it? It's so weird.
Yeah. And actually, when I first moved here, for whatever reason, all my documents had my address as Pompano Beach.
Right.
But like my trash cans and other things that said Deerfield.
Yeah.
And then, like, over time, everything kind of switched to Deerfield. And I kept using Pompano and everything because I thought it sounded more exotic and sounded like I live in a better place than just Deerfield Beach.
No.
But no.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah,
wrong.
quite.
Yeah.
No.
That wasn't right. See, Pompano.
Pompton Beach.
Pompano is trying to emulate Boca for whatever reason.
I can see that, yeah.
And they can't.
Dude,
I'm sorry, Pompano. I love you. We've been doing tournaments with you forever. You're not Boca. So stop. Stop it. Just stop it.
Nobody is Boca.
Right.
We've done a couple. So that's the only time I've been able to take the boat out since I've had it now for a week tomorrow. Is I did a couple cruises up to Lake Boca, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just intercoastal up there. And the fucking houses on the water up in Boca.
It's a different world.
Dude.
It's a different world.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's... a totally different lifestyle world.
Yeah. And they know it too.
Of course they know it. I mean, I you know, I don't know if some people know, I had Adam Sandler's nephew on our podcast, and I did some work on some reef stuff in his, when I used to do tanks and all that with Quality Coral, in his brother's house off Palmetto. And I used to go there. I mean, when I was working on this job for, what was it, 2 months or something, 2 or 3 months. And great people, really down to earth, nice people, genuine good people. And but I mean, you walk in and you look at how someone like that lives, and it's just not normal. Yeah. It's like I can't even explain it to you because it's so different. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's weird, man. You walk in and it's like, you look around and
realize they're foyers as big as your house.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but like, so you look around, right? And you look at like, I always look, I'm an artist, so I look at like the little things, right? So like, you'll see a table that, you know, is worth
hand-carved, intricate.
Yeah, it's like stone.
Probably got a hidden compartment somewhere.
Oh my God, no! They had like these stone carved tables, and they were real stone from probably like
IKEA or somewhere.
Probably shipped from like Hawaii, like, and
it was recovered from a shipwreck off the.
I mean, every little thing that you looked at. Fuck, his pen was probably worth $500,000. I mean, that he would sign my checks with, but just different world, and it's but they were good people, so that's
all that really matters.
Yeah, that's what matters in the end. So you know, and that's the question I always thought to myself, like, would you change as a person if you were thrown into that world? You know? Yeah. And I watched. Definitely would. I don't know. I watched an interesting show. We're getting off topic again, but I don't really care.
We didn't really have a topic.
Yeah, you're right. We just came out with the dates. So, but I watched this interesting show with Mickey Rourke. And it was a story on him. And
you ever seen Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man?
Yes. He's a cool dude. And it's kind of sad because he was like thrust into this world, and he was just a normal guy, boxer, and it just ruined him. It like ate him alive. And I'll never forget this. Like, he said the one thing that like was really starting to get to him and piss him off was he couldn't even buy a fucking drink. That's his exact words, without somebody else paying for it. He couldn't even spend his own money, and it got to him. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine going out somewhere, right?
Oh, let me get
it. And everybody's like hounding you, like, oh, let me buy you a drink. Oh, I got this. I got it.
I mean, that's how it is for me around here.
I mean, I get that, but you know, it's like, it's got to, after a while, you're like, fuck, man, you know, I just want to do my own shit, you know, and it's. And he said it himself. He goes, it's different stages. You know, you get thrust into it, and you get this big head, and you're like, you're the dude, and then all of a sudden, like, it's a fast spiral where you're like, you wake up one morning, and you got like 5 hookers in bed, and you haven't done a movie in a while because now that you're blackballed and you're addicted to heroin, and now what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And your face is all over the tabloids that you're a piece of shit. I mean, that's... You
know, Robert Downey Jr. figured it out.
He did, man.
You know? What a hell of a comeback.
Well, you got to prevail, like, in times like we did with the tournament, I feel like, this year with the SummerSlam. You got to...
Are you comparing your tournament to Rodney Downey, whatever the fuck his name is? Robert Downey Jr.? I got a little ahead of myself.
We can't talk today. I don't know what it is. I think it's been too long.
Is it Monday? It is a Monday. We don't stand.
Is it Monday? It's not Monday. No, it is.
It is a Monday.
Wow. Shows you where I am.
Hurricanes.
I mean, what's his name, Junior? I can't even pronounce it either now.
Robert Downey.
Yeah, Robert Downey.
Rodney.
You got to give that guy credit, man. He was really down.
Dude, he made a hell of a comeback.
He was like blackballed for years.
I don't know. I don't know what he was. I know he was in and out of jail for, I think, drugs and such.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he said he was high during half of his movies when he was young.
Nice.
Like, totally fucking high.
Wow.
I don't know why I'm cursing so much today.
You are. You really are.
I really don't curse that much.
You upset about something? Sure.
Yes.
Something upset Joey?
You know, I just hate... oh, God.
I don't know why people let stuff.
I don't know why this stuff gets to me. I don't know why. I wish it didn't.
Yeah.
And it does, man.
Is it still the politics thing?
Yeah, it just gets to me that
You gotta release.
you know what it is? Here's what it is.
Understand.
I was brought up. Listen, I got my grandfathers fought in World War II, and just a fishing family through and through. Pictures of my grandfather and his brother with the old '60s pictures with the straw hats, the real original straw hats,
pouring champagne on white bitches.
Oh, yeah. Of course,
those pictures
with like 20 dead hung sailfish. From the
say hookers.
No.
Jesus.
No, they weren't that bad. This was in 1920.
Okay,
but I don't even think they did it then. But it just. We're one of those old school American families, I feel like, and tradition, and I cherish all the old photos, and I'm just that old American family, and just to sit there and watch democracy die, to me, it really hurt. I can't explain it.
What are you gonna do about
it? Nothing.
Okay,
there's nothing I can do.
Exactly.
My dad said it best. He goes, Joe, in the end, you put it away, kind of like a death, right? If someone you love dies, you just put it away. You never get over it, but you put it away. You get back to work. You have a family. Focus on your family.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. And that's what most people should do in the end. I mean, listen, we're not them. We're not going to riot. We're not going to.
I might.
Trash all these statues. Eric will, but we're not those people. And I
think those people are minimal.
Oh yeah, it's not what what the media portrays it. Yeah,
most protesters aren't those people. It's just that's how they associate them, and it gets blown out of proportion.
But it's not us either. Like we're not like that, and I feel like no matter what happens, because it isn't over yet. Realistically, I mean, Al Gore got how long did he get before it went to the Supreme Court?
I don't remember.
He got a while. It was that one drawn out. People forget very fast that the Gore-Bush election was neck and neck, and that didn't end for.
I want to say like a couple of weeks before inauguration.
Right? It was like all the way. I mean, Al Gore was fighting.
Yeah, I think this is going to be stretched out.
This will be like that, Which again, it needs to be done because there is fraud, but it's not good for the country. Either way.
I don't like saying words like "is" and like "for sure," like because we just don't know. We will never know. We will never have the information we should have.
Agreed. Agreed.
With the current system, like
you're right.
Earlier.
Agreed. We agree. We agree. I think it's just the one thing we don't agree on is Trump himself.
Yeah,
I think we agree on everything.
I take the notion that there's just too much unknown to actually form an educated opinion about the subject.
I like that. Yeah, I agree.
I agree. It's just
But let me ask you this. But we both know that our government's corrupt.
Yeah.
To the point that it's so bloated, it's dangerous now because it's going to pop. How did Rome fall?
Well, again, I don't like saying things like it is going to and it's for certain, like because nothing is.
History is your best friend, sir.
No, it's not, because
it is.
Times are way different than they were from anything like that.
I mean, technology, yes, but people are people.
Yeah.
You think people are different?
Yeah.
How? Rome had a Senate. Rome was so corrupted in the end, they fell from within.
Right.
They were the same way.
What corrupted Rome, though? Was it
politicians bringing it? So they would conquer so many of these civilizations that think of it like now, like they brought in all these immigrants, right? And then it slowly, the immigrants didn't respect the Rome flag and country itself because they were taken over by them from years past. And then groups started emerging, and all of a sudden this city fell. The difference back then obviously was, like I said, technology, where if a city fell, you don't just fly a helicopter there and throw soldiers in.
Right.
You had to march there for
and you also didn't hear about it for a month.
Right. Yeah. There was no media like it was today. So Rome fell from within pretty much the same way that
they
we're
didn't have the intelligence we have now. They didn't have the video we have now. They didn't, I mean...
Right.
I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I'm just saying I think it's unlikely. I think that...
So you think America is solid and and good.
I wouldn't say solid and good, but I think we're better off than a lot of people give it credit for.
Agreed. And you would know because you're a soldier.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'd know though. I don't like.
Well, you've traveled, right?
Yeah, I've traveled quite a bit.
And what have you seen?
I mean,
like, what have you? How many places did you go to?
So really, I was stationed in Germany for 4 years.
Okay.
And I traveled Europe some, like Italy, Portugal.
Okay.
Switzerland, handful of others.
So you've gone to places where there actually is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I did like a fucking 10-day bus tour of Italy. It was really cool.
That's cool.
Went to Isle Capri, and then I was in Iraq for a year in 2009.
Okay. And?
But, I mean...
Well, I'm saying, like, what would you compare if someone said to you, Eric, compare America to these other countries?
But we're so different from other countries, you know? We just...
Agreed.
I think our mentality is different. Our everything's different. And I just think that today's world is so easy to live in. I think we overcomplicate things by thinking we know more than what we know.
But wouldn't you in the end kind of blame then the media and government for that, since they're not telling us and we're coming up with our own conclusions because of that?
Well, I think we come up with conclusions based on what we watch and see, and that's always going to be...
Which is dangerous.
Which is we watch and see what aligns with our already preconceived views. You know, that's how Facebook analytics work. That's how, and that's how a lot of people get their news nowadays. Because they don't like watching it on TV because we know they're just doing what they need to do to get viewers.
Of course.
So a lot of people get their news on social media, and the algorithm works and such that if you have these views and like these posts and do this, the news you get's going to align with that.
Right.
And like you said, that's dangerous. You never get to see opposing views or news or statistics. And I think the information's out there, but I think it's been so convoluted and there's so much
saturated.
Of it. So much of it that it's hard to pick apart. It's hard to know what's true nowadays. It's hard to know. I mean, now I see these freaking boomers on social media that are sharing videos that are...
Baby boomers? Oh, I know.
Obvious to me that it's CGI.
Yeah, I know.
Like a fucking
they're bad.
inverted
I'm taking
plane.
my thing off here.
Get it, sir. Yeah. But and like they're just sharing videos that are clearly CGI and thinking they're real. And it's just like, come on, people.
And it's the way they talk sometimes.
And it's only going to get worse.
Like, Mom, I saw what you put on Facebook.
You have to get under my dad all the time.
Yeah, like, can you delete that, please? Right?
They don't get it, man.
They don't get it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they don't view it the same way. But hey, you know, we're getting up there now, and you got what's that generation called? I guess the digital. Or,
I don't know. There's so many generations now.
Well, you and I are
Zennials or some shit. I don't even know anymore.
We're millennials,
essentially.
There's two,
but there's like sub genres of millennials.
Right. So there's two. There's the older millennials, and then there's the younger ones. We're the older ones that were born in the 80s, and then the younger ones were born in the 90s. Yeah. But they kind of split us apart.
Yeah, because we're better.
Of course, dude. Yeah. Come on. But I don't know. I just think I hate to say it, but I just think in the end,
doesn't even
the biggest question is, are we still the good guys? Right?
I think that's a much bigger question and topic, because there's a lot of evidence pointing that we've never really been the good guys. That we've done certain things to involve ourselves in certain events.
Sure.
You know, and as unpopular as this is, I think we did the same for Iraq and Afghanistan. I think Afghanistan was just a route to get us back into Iraq for some monetary reason unknown to us. You know, Bush Sr. tried to get us over there.
Well, oil.
Bush Jr. Yeah, I know it's oil.
Right.
And it just happened to be two guys from Texas that like got us over there, right?
Interesting. Dude, I agree with you. Like I said, I think we agree on everything.
You know, I'm probably going to catch heat for this, but I think 9/11 was fabricated.
Really?
I think I just watching the videos of these buildings just go straight down.
I know.
And then building 4 that just had a little side damage to it just goes straight down. And it's like buildings with all that weight at the top and weakened steel.
So many questions, like, Eric. There's so many
questions.
There's
a website with engineers and structural engineers
I know.
As thousands of people, thousands of engineers just be like, that doesn't happen. Like, that can't happen. And it's just one of those things with our government that
I'll put it to you
We
this
don't know.
way, and you'll probably like this. When that happened, my grandfather was still alive, one of them.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I talked to him about it. And he said to me, and this is a guy who was in Normandy, stormed the beaches, World War II.
Yeah.
Fucking Captain America through and through. Was hired after the war.
Did he bring a shield? The shield with him to Normandy?
Hell yeah.
Big star on it?
I mean, he was hired after the war to hunt down the Nazi generals and all that. I mean, his job was to hang them.
Like down in Argentina and stuff?
Yeah, man. He traveled all over.
Nice.
South America, everywhere. But, I mean, so I'm talking about, like, loved his country. And he said to me that after watching that, oh, my God, we did this.
Yeah. I remember sitting in computer school in high school and
That
watching
scares
them
me.
fall.
I just got goosebumps.
And I remember sitting in computer school in high school. I was at a military school. And just watching them fall and be like, I know very little about physics, but I know something with a lot of weight and heat at the top topples over. It doesn't fall straight down on itself. And I think there's just more than enough evidence.
And there's a lot of weird, like, first of all, have you ever, like, tried to call somebody when you're up in the air in a plane? It doesn't happen. You can't.
No.
You can't. So
they had phone call recordings.
They had all these stories of people on the phone with their, like...
The only evidence I think they had of the hijackers was a fucking passport on the ground randomly. And then they, like, pieced it all together from there. I don't know.
And again, I'm not someone that's going to say that it was... I'm just saying, for me, it's another... Like, that's the question. What I just said. Are we the good guys anymore? Or have we... Maybe we've never been. I don't know. But I don't know, man. It's just really...
It's a game. It's a chess game they're playing. None of us know what's going on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's why it's so depressing after this election. Because it's in your face. It's literally there. And you're sitting there watching this thing. And it's like... Wow, man. Like, this is not what I thought it was. It's like finding out Santa was fake.
What?
Yeah. I loved Santa.
What'd you just say to me?
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Christmas and Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I thought he was real up until I was like 13.
Yeah. Wow.
And when I found out he wasn't real,
That's rough, Joe.
it shattered
It's
me.
like your puppy died.
Yeah. I put it away, Eric. I put it
You know,
away.
my parents, during Christmas when we're home, they'll still get us a gift from Santa.
Oh, my mom does that too. Yeah, from Santa, and then she's got one from Mom. Yeah, I'm going to be the same with Mia. You know, I'm really pushing Christmas on her this year. She's starting to get it.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, Santa. So she can't wait. And it's so magical. And, I mean, listen, in the end, I feel like we need the innocence, you know?
The Christmas markets when I was stationed in Germany were glorious. They'd have the one, I was stationed in Mannheim, and they have a big, I don't remember if they called it the water tower, but it was just like an old, big silo looking thing, like concrete and like looked real cool and intricate, and they would have it in the area surrounding around that, so it'll be all snowy on the ground and this big old thing there, and everyone would drink this warm cider wine stuff, and it was a good time.
That's cool.
But like a legit Christmas market.
They say, well, like Germany, for instance, it's like huge there.
Yeah.
You know, except they got the Krampus monsters.
One of the Krampus. That's one of the areas where like traditionally or Christmas traditions came from.
Right.
Is, you know, everyone associates it with religion and like Jesus' birthday, I think. But I think the Bible says he was born in the springtime sometime, like February, March. But like Christmas comes from a few different holidays. Yule, the winter solstice. I don't remember if the German one was Yule or some other one, but it's like a combined of all those different things people would do. Present giving, feasting, tree decorations, like all that came from different celebrations all around the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do a show on
Christmas.
Yeah. All right.
Gotta read into it.
Also, this is our last topic, guys, and then we got to go because I got to get back to work here. But...
Oh, you got to get back to work.
Well, we both do, yes. Stop with that gremlin.
Dude,
you're like playing with him the whole episode.
Don't judge me.
Oh, my God. So, as everyone knows, because of COVID and everything, we've had to postpone. You got it. We've had to postpone the Exotic Bass Roundup, which I'm still really excited about.
Now?
It's April 10th.
10th? Okay.
Yeah, let me just double check that.
My birthday's April 2nd. I expect
Really?
a present. Yep, I expect a present, sir.
Ah, what do you want?
Something for the boat.
Why?
Because I like it.
So the tournament has been moved to April 10th, guys.
April 10th.
Just so you know. And we're still really excited about this one.
Are you super excited?
And, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this one.
I can't either.
It's
I think
different.
it's going to be, yeah.
Yeah, it's just different. It's something fresh and new. And
I could be one of your help boats if you need me to now.
oh, yeah.
The only problem is the T-top can't get under them bridges unless I remove it.
Well, you could just stay in the main area.
Yeah, it could be the main area.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But just so a lot of the anglers know that already registered for this tournament, this week I am picking up the shirts. And they're going to be nice, man. Really nice shirts. I don't know if you've seen them.
Shirts?
Oh, yeah. And he did the same style that he did with the Wahoo for the SummerSlam. So it's kind of all in the same
Doing face buffs too?
look.
Like peacock buffs?
And clown knife.
That's what I
Doing
saw.
the clown knife
I saw
and
those.
those
Those buffs are cool. You got the dots right here.
Yeah. So that'll be cool, and it's another event that's coming up, and then so those 2 dates are set in stone, ready to go, and then obviously with the SummerSlam, we'll come out with that probably right after Christmas. So we got the magazine coming out.
When's that?
Magazine's coming out probably December 1st.
So look out for that around February 15th.
So I do all this myself, guys. So we got the magazine coming out. We got the Sailfish Smackdown taking place January 9th and 10th. Sorry, it's still all fresh and new.
Just figured that out.
Yeah, and then like I said, we got the Exotic Bass Roundup taking place April 10th. So we got a lot going on, guys, coming up here in the near future.
Fast.
Make sure you're part of our mass email list. We are getting so many questions, and just so you all know, on our Facebook business page, we have had a lot of issues, which they still haven't really fixed, with our messenger on our business page. For some reason, I am not getting some of these messages, and they're saying they're messaging me on there, and I don't see them. I'm not getting them, and then I'll get a message from them, and then I'll see it saying, "Hey, you didn't answer my question," and I'm like, "Well, I don't see it."
I'll have to show you where to look, because if it's somebody that's like not a part of the page, it goes to a weird folder.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Maybe I'll show you.
Okay, so hopefully we can figure that one out. But listen, instead of messaging me on the business page, please just send me an email, joe@extremekayakfishing.com.
Do you just pawn everything off on Maria? Because I know she's answering your emails.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
So
I just want to be straight
So
with
I will
everyone.
answer you back on joe@extremekayakfishing.com, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So so send me an email there, or like I said, if you give us permission, we'll add you to the list, so you'll automatically get these emails, and you'll be up to date on all of our information, sponsorships, everything, magazine, all that. Plus, people who are subscribed to the magazine and our emailing list will get the online magazine before anyone else sees it. So you will be the first to view the upcoming magazine.
Excellent.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh.
Yeah. And we had a discussion with Garmin, one of our sponsors.
G-Man?
Yeah, and we are going to do a big giveaway on this show.
Heyo.
For a Garmin Striker, my friend.
Tell them they need to hook it up.
So we need...
Homeboy just bought a boat that needs some electronics.
Oh, yeah, we got you.
Garmin,
we got you.
You hear me?
We got you. So Eric and I are going to put our heads together and think of an awesome giveaway to do. Or you can leave a message in the comments. Maybe give us an idea of what sort of giveaway we can do for you guys for a nice Garmin Striker.
Yeah, we're going to think of something good.
We'll think of something good for the next podcast.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Listen, we got to go. Eric,
my mustache just got cut.
I love you. I know this. Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah. I know this show got a little political, guys, but don't take it personal and don't be offended. All right, enough people being offended. Just, if you don't like it, skip through it. If you like it, listen. If you're indifferent, whatever. So, hope you enjoyed the show. And like I said, for all the dates and everything coming out, go to our website, extremekayakfishing.com, or you can be part of our mailer list. Just email joe@extremekayakfishing.com. We love you guys. If you want to get a hold of Eric,
don't.
Or
just, El Pescador Eric on Instagram.
Yeah, it's the weirdest freaking name there is.
You're jealous.
Yes, extremely.
Can you at least grow a mustache to match your beard?
No.
It looks so weird as just the chin strap thing. Like, come
Well,
on,
no,
dude.
I
Get
had
some upper lip going.
Wait a second. I had a beard for a little while. Remember, I did the Wolverine.
You still didn't have the mustache, did
I
you?
had the Wolverine for like 2 years.
You
And
call that a
were-
Wolverine, huh?
Yeah, they got too intimidated, and I had to shave it.
Okay, I could see that.
I scared too many people.
I would quit wearing, pirate hats and such.
Well, I'm a Raider fan. 5-2.
Yeah, Texans are doing terrible.
I know. They
Are we
suck.
done?
Yeah, we're
Is that
done.
what
All right, guys. Listen, we love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Toodles.
Later.